Alright guys, welcome to the video. And this is a special one because it's been 4 years coming, almost 4 years. This video has been it's been teased for over 4 years. It's finally time to review Over the Hedge. Now, if you know me personally, that you've known me for a while, you know how much I fucking adore Over the Hedge. It's one of those movies as a child that I grew up watching almost all the time, like every single day, probably. To be honest, um, I mean, if we want to talk about like movies I've probably watched the most in my life, probably Over the Hedge, Cars, and Sursa. You know, that just made me think. Sursa video is coming like next month probably because there's other videos I want to get to. I have to be diverse with my content because I can't be just some guy that does reviews. I have to talk about other shit. Anyways, yes, it's finally happening. This is the Over the Hedge review, um, and so I don't really know how transition, but we're just gonna do it anyways. We're gonna talk about Over the Hedge, and why it's one of my favorites. I mean, even still watching it to this day, it still holds up pretty well. I would say it's not like nostalgia like blinding me for how much I love them. I mean, I fucking adore the movie, and but nostalgia isn't blinding me from this movie. It still is a good movie. No, man, it's not some fucking spectacular movie like other anime movies like Kung Fu Panda or or like the Spider-Man Spider-Verse movies or anything like that, but it's just a good ass solid movie, that you could show your kid one day, you know. Yeah, this is a solid ass good movie. Um and um this movie is just awesome. I there's not I mean there's some hard scenes, looking back on the movie. There's some hard scenes looking at them, not because they're cringe or out there or anything, just because like the scenes make you feel like just no. I remember as a kid, I would always watch. There's always two scenes I would always skip, and we're gonna get into that. Um, but okay, yeah, this intro is taking way too long, way too fucking long. Let's just get into it. Um, so as a kid, I had a DVD, and you know how like every DVD uh thing like had like a like oh play the movie like watch extra scenes like all that like I think that's probably one of the best. That's probably one of the best parts. Um, is they use the vending machine that they use in the beginning of the movie. They use the vending machine as like where like you go to play the movie, where the extra scenes are, like other things, like the other things, like the options and everything. So I think that's pretty cool. Anyways, um, the opening like first 5 minutes or first 10 minutes of this movie are really good. It's really good. I do enjoy it. Like it still holds up pretty well. I mean, you get introduced to RJ, um, and uh, this raccoon that doesn't have a family. Doesn't have a, in a world of like wildlife, and he doesn't have any type of family at all. He's just a lonely guy that gets food. Um, and so he tries to get the food from Vincent, which is the bear. Um, and he's not the main antagonist, but he's one of three antagonists that appear in this movie. Um, and so, uh, short story basically, RJ destroys all of Vincent's food, and then he only has till the moon becomes full for him to get all the food back and give it to him. And so, right after that sequence, then there's a first song by Ben Folds. And by the way, just I'm gonna go a bit deeper into this. But the music by Ben Folds, fucking awesome. No, I'm not gonna act like these are like musical masterpieces. Not even close. I mean, by Ben Folds and Rupert Grayson Williams. Um, just just awesome music. Awesome music for a 2006 kids movie. Um, it I mean, it's not like it's not like some musical masterpiece or anything, but it makes you feel good. It's a good feel. He makes good feel songs. I mean, I'll get into them when they get in. Like the first one, "Family and Me." It's just a nice little song. It's not. I mean, it's not like a happy song. It's a pretty sad song actually. It's a pretty depressing song if you look at the lyrics. But I don't know. It just fits the movie so well. Um, and and then we transition to meeting the whole squad. You know, the whole gang, like Vern and Hammy and Stella and all them, and um, just to point out, this movie has an actually like pretty good cast, believe it or not. I mean, RJ is played by Bruce Willis, which is like it's kind of sad because uh, what does he have, ALS or something? I forgot. Anyways, I mean, just awesome voice acting. They have Steve Carell for Hammy. Steve Carell, obviously, one of the few actors I do know very well because he played Michael Scott in The Office. Um, and then we also have like Wanda Skies, very very iconic voice in anime kids movies. And then another one is Avril Lavigne. A shout out to you, Angela. That one's for you because you got mad at me because I mixed up Avril Lavigne and Taylor Swift. That one's for you. Uh, anyway, this it actually has a pretty decent voice cast, and they do really well. You can see the chemistry that they have together. Um, okay, anyways, going on with the plot. Um, it's just the plot's pretty basic, honestly. Like I mean, we've seen this type of plot many a times, many times. Well, not this specific plot, but like some of the plot points that they bring up that they have. Um, it's pretty basic. We've seen so many points. We've seen so many movies be like that. But I think this movie does it a little bit differently than the rest, honestly. Um, okay. Sorry. Let me just get to. I keep on sidetracking, and that's probably why people don't watch these videos. But it's alright. So just to go a little bit deeper into it, basically, RJ gets involved with these group of animals that had just come out from hibernation, and like I forgot how much. It's like 50 or 75% of their wild of their like home of the woods is gone and is replaced by a big ass neighborhood that's been built over hibernation. And so they struggle finding like food and everything. And so um and then they have this big ass hedge, which is why it's called Over the Hedge, because okay, yeah, we're just gonna skip that over because that's like a major plot point. Um, and so they learn, or RJ teaches them, because I guess raccoons don't hibernate, but like every other animal that they had, like turtles, and I'm not sure how accurate that is. I don't know if that's accurate because like I mean I don't think turtles hibernate. They might. I'm not sure if skunks or squirrels or porcupines or possums. I'm not sure. I'm sure some of them do, but like I'm not sure about all of them. Um, and so RJ gets involved with this group of animals, and he kind of barges in basically, and into this family of animals, and he tries to introduce them to the real world, like the outside world, like outside of the woods, and he just kind of, and and Burn the turtle, the main guy, the second guy, he's just like, nah, bro, we don't need that. We already got all we need. Um, and then no, no, it's all right. I have to backtrack. I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. I have to backtrack because I forgot a major point before that. Burn goes over the hedge. Get it? Because it's a movie. Even though he doesn't go over it, he goes through it. So why wasn't it called Through the Hedge? Dude, just bringing it up. Just bringing it up. Um, and Byrne experiences the real world for the first time, and he doesn't like it for good reason. I mean, he almost gets stabbed. It's so new to him, you know. I mean, all their whole lives, all they knew was the woods, and all of a sudden, 75% of your home is gone just like that. Um, so it's just like, sorry. So it's just like, yeah, he don't fucking like this. And then RJ, some random raccoon comes out all of a sudden. And they're like, hey, let's go over to the other side. And he's just like, nah. Um, but RJ is able to convince them at night to go over the hedge. And they all like it. I mean, he teaches them like about humans and everything. And the message about humans is actually like pretty accurate. So to this day, like almost 20 years later, it's still pretty accurate. I mean, we're fat. We have food trucks and everything. Like, yeah, like all this shit he talks about. I mean, it's so accurate, and it's even worse now. Um, and so they just kind of they experience the real world for the first time, and they all seem to like it. And so when they go back, and Vernon does not like it at all, obviously, because I mean, he's so used. They're all so used to the woods, you know, and he doesn't like change. He has this thing that's like, oh, my tail is tingling, which means like, oh, he thinks something bad is happening. Um, and so RJ and Vern kind of don't have a great relationship, and they really don't throughout this whole entire movie. Actually, believe it or not, they kind of. It's not like they hate each other, but there is like this tension between the two. Um, and so this is when the probably one of my favorite sequences of this movie is the sequence of all the animals except for Vern, going back and forth. Um, no, I'm sorry, I have to backtrack again. Fuck. Um, sorry. Fuck, I forgot. Um, they have to go back, or RJ does. So basically, RJ uses these group of animals, this group of animals, to help him get the food back for Vincent the bear. Um, and so, what was it? Yeah, like he comes up with the idea of using these animals, using this group of animals to help him get food for the bear. And everyone thinks that he's doing that for them, but he's only doing it to save his life. Because if not, then he'll get killed by Vincent. And um, So he goes, he has Hammy help him try to get these box of cookies. I think it's like Girl Scout cookies or something. And he goes, and Sammy gets like pepper sprayed. I think Hammy gets pepper sprayed. I'm pretty sure something like that. He gets sprays with something. Um, and Vern sees it, and it's just like, let's see what happened. What happens to Vern? He gets hit by the sweeper, like a giant ass sweeper truck. He then goes to he then gets hit with a hockey stick. And then they just try to show his fucking bare ass for some reason. Like they get rid of the shell and they show his bare ass for some reason. And it's a interesting scene to say the least. Um, so then this is when he starts to try like to convince everyone to like move themselves away from RJ because he knows he's up to like not something not good. Um, but nobody wants to listen because this cool guy comes in. He's able to do so much stuff. He knows so much. So he basically becomes a new leader of the group. And so now I can finally talk about this. Probably one of my favorite sequences in this movie. It's when Heist. It's basically like a 2 minute compilation of the group of animals going back and forth, like RJ and them going back and forth, getting the food off that RJ needs. And it's probably my favorite song from this soundtrack is Heist by Ben Folds plays over this compilation. And it's just really fun, seeing them go back and forth, seeing them steal all the food and bring it back. It's just kind of cool. I fuck with that. And the song helps it because, I mean, it's a fun song. It's a fun song that you can listen to, and I don't know, it's just enjoyable. Um, anyways, so the group of animals starts to like they start seeing him as like a part of their family, so they set up some like stuff for him, I guess, as a surprise. Because I mean, he talks about how he's like, oh wait, no, sorry, fuck, I forgot. Burn tries to kick out RJ. He's like, fuck you, get the hell out of here. But RJ starts fake crying, like fake being sad, and so the group of animals don't want him to go, and so and so seeing that, they start to lose the faith in Vern. They start like thinking that he's like a dick, and they start become liking RJ more. Like I said, to the point that he becomes a group leader instead of Vern. Um, and so, God, I don't remember when that scene happens. Oh my God, not a real fan. Not a real fan. I haven't watched the movie in like 3 years, 2 years. To be honest. But I mean, I do know the movie quite a bit. I should. I've watched it so many times. Um, and so probably the changing, like the changing of the story happens when Vern tries to bring back all the food. He tries to return all the food to the neighborhood. I don't know how the hell he do that, but he tries to, and he gets the attention of this dog. And RJ and Vern kind of have a fight, and they go and they alert this dog, and then there's a big ass chase scene through the neighborhood, where to the point where they go up in the sky and all the food explodes. So, oh god damn it, forgot another scene. Okay, rewind. Forget I said anything about that scene. We will talk about it in a short moment. Probably, probably one of the better scenes in this movie is when the dad of Possum. Fuck, I forgot his name. No, hold on. I'm looking right now because this is embarrassing. Hold on. Uh, No, that's not Vincent. Ozzy. The dad possum gets run over. Gets run over. Sorry. And it shows the video, or it shows, and basically they're trying to play dead so they can get the cooler. He's playing the to get the cooler, and this is when, um, oh man, this is when Dwayne comes. This is when this is when the Verminator comes in. Probably one of the funniest movie villains of all time. Verminator. Fuck ass Verminator. It's when he comes in. Um and basically he's this guy that likes to kill animals. He fucking loves it. It's his job. I mean, he has whole ass bear traps. He has, I mean, we'll see later in the movie. He has so much equipment for killing animals. It's insane. It's fucking insane. Basically, he comes in and he's like this animal expert. Like, it's so fucking weird. Like, he's able to smell like what turtles smell like, what like obviously what skunks smell like, but like what possums smell like, what squirrels smell like, what porcupines smell like. So it's just like he's just fucking funny as antagonist, bro. Um, he comes in. This is when we first get introduced to him. He'll play a bigger role as the movie goes on. But this is our first introduction to him. So basically, they get the cooler, they escape, and then that's right. That's when the scene happened. Okay, this is when the family, the group of animals, set up the thing for RJ, where they set up like a TV, and they gave him like a bunch of things, and that's when, I mean, this is when RJ finally realizes how much of a how much of a shitty ass person he is, how much like how shitty he is for taking advantage of this group of animals that he just met. Um, I mean, it's probably it's a really good like self-realizing scene. Um, and so that's right. Okay, we're going back to the dog part. We're going back to when the food explodes and everything. So the aftermath of that is when it's basically when they come back. They come back to the woods, and Vern tries one last time to convince the group of animals that RJ is not a good guy, that he is using them, and nobody believes him. And so Vern gets really sad, and he he leaves, I guess. Yeah, he leaves. Um, Even though RJ deep down does know that Vern is telling the truth. But of course, he's not going to out himself. And one of the things that I don't think it mentions a lot in this movie is like PTSD. RJ has PTSD in the form of nightmares that he has when he sleeps. RJ has this reoccurring nightmare where Vincent shows up and he kills him. And I like nightmares slash visions that he's sleeping in the tree, and then Vincent all of a sudden shows up and kills him, and so he kind of he's fearful when that happens, and then Vern comes back, they become friends and everything. They're all good old buddies again, and so they have this plan to break into Gladys's house, which is the last of the three villains or antagonists that show up. Gladys is the second antagonist we meet. I forgot I mentioned her because I suck at this. Um, but she's probably the weak. Even though Vincent doesn't have a lot of screen time, I do think that Gladys is the weakest of these villains. Because really, she's just a suburban mom that's like a Karen, and she gets really mad at everybody and everything. And but I mean, I guess she's kind of valid because like like the streets are getting destroyed, her car gets blown up, um, her food gets stolen. So I guess I understand why. And I guess I understand why she's so pissed. But like, I feel like there could have been better storytelling, better, more character building right there. To make her a stronger villain, but there isn't. Um, yeah, so she's just some Karen that kind of shows up. Um, and so this is one of those things where this movie has the be- the betrayal plot, where basically the character betrays someone slash a group of people, and that's it's a generic plot that gets used a lot. But I think this is a little different. I think the way they portray it. I am going too far ahead. I'm so sorry. God, this video fucking sucks. I can't stop because I'm 26 minutes through. God fucking damn it. Anyways, so basically, they create this plan to break into Gladys's house and steal all the food in her fridge and all in the cupboards. And so they start doing that, and they're unsuccessful as um I don't know who. They wake up Gladys on accident, and she calls in the Verminator, and Stella puts a fucking she airs out the place because she's a skunk, obviously. I don't know. That doesn't matter. This is a fucking kid movie. Anyways, so all the group of animals gets captured except for RJ, and that's when the group of animals realizes that Vern was right all this time that RJ was using them, and RJ and Vincent had this little conversation about you know like how heartless he is, about how he used them for his own good, for his own preference, for his own and RJ is like it's eating down on him, like he feels so bad. And so that's when he decides to go and rescue when he decides to go and rescue them. And so this is when shit. As you know what, that's not important. We're not gonna talk about that. Um Now people will probably be curious. Okay, so just a little bit just to go, this is the last time I'm gonna try to go back. This is the last time I'm going back. Promise. Promise. Swear on my heart. Anyways, so they go to RJ, before everything, before all that happens, RJ is looking over at looks over the hedge, and Gladys hired the Verminator to get these to basically booby trap her whole entire fucking backyard, which is insane. I mean, she has this thing that a laser that cuts off the animal's limbs and everything. It's so it's kind of I can't believe they showed that. It's really interesting. It's not like they use a live animal, but still like the like the prop they use gets decapitated, and it's just like damn, bro. Um. Anyways, so RJ goes to hijack the the truck by the Verminator has, and obviously the group of animals is very mad at him, so they kind of don't listen to him and don't help him. but then he apologizes, and for some reason they're like, oh yeah, we're all good buddies again. Um, but so they go and they stop him, and then they crash his truck into guys' house, and this is when it gets really. So the animals get stuck in the hedge, and on both sides of the hedge, one side has Vincent, and then the other has Gladys and the Verminator. And while Vincent is only trying to get RJ, Gladys and Verminator are trying to get everyone else. So basically, there's this weird battle that's kind of going on. Um, and probably one of the more groundbreaking scenes that happens in this movie is unbelievably in Over the Hedge is the Quicksilver scene. Um, basically, fine, Hammy drinks like a like gushes down like a can of energy drink. I don't or like a very highly caffeinated soda or something. I don't remember which one it was. But unbelievably, Over the Hedge is one of the first movies that had the Quicksilver scene. So basically, Quicksilver scene, just a little backstory. Quicksilver scene is basically when the whole world stops or freezes or slows down really slowly, and one character is able to move like normally. And so Henry does that. It's fucking crazy. Over the Hedge was one of the first movies ever to have the Quicksilver scene. It's fucking insane. Anyways, um, and so Hammy is able to sabotage both. No, is able to sabotage Vincent, and so Vincent is thrown on the other side, and he lands on Gladys and the Terminator, and they land on the what's it called? On like all the traps that the Terminator set up, and so they like fucking explode. With like light or something, I don't know. They don't show what happens to them, but like all the like Gladys's hair is like it's all gone. They don't even show Vincent after. He might have died, honestly. The very main there, I think he also had. Um, I mean, he didn't have any hair to begin with, but like he's like really burnt. So he gets electrocuted. They also basically get electrocuted. Um, and so they're all chill, and that's basically the end of the movie. Um, so basically, my description of this movie is fucking terrible because it probably didn't sound like that good at all. But like, I really do, I really do mean it when I say seriously, go sit down and watch this movie. It's it's not gonna blow your mind. It's not gonna be a 10 out of 10. It's not gonna be a 9 out of 10. But it's gonna be a solid 8 out of 10 movie that you will enjoy. I guarantee it. Guarantee it. On my soul. Maybe I shouldn't put it because one of you will probably be hating or whatever. But this movie is just nice. It's a good solid movie that I love, and I always will love. Not like Ninjago or anything, but it's just there. And I mean, when the credits come in and fucking rocking the suburbs come in, it's like, it's a really good end credit song. Very good. It's very energetic. It perfectly shapes up what this movie is. It's a movie about family. It's a movie about betrayal. It's a movie about like learning to love. RJ learns like love. He learns that he doesn't want to be lonely anymore, and that's basically what this movie is. It's RJ. It's RJ turning into a lonely character into a character that has this big old family now that he truly cares for. And I think it's really and just go a bit more in depth into the betrayal plot point that they have. I did mention that this feels like a little different, and I think it is because um, it's not like other movies. Um, Actually, it kind of is like other movies. We're gonna skip over that part because this video is way too damn long. It's 35 minutes. Probably gonna by the time I finish, everything's gonna be like 36 or 37 minutes, probably. Um, yeah, this movie is just fucking awesome, man. Over the Hedge, one of the more underrated movies that DreamWorks has ever come up with. Probably the most underrated, in my own opinion. That is a bias talking, obviously, but yeah. So the long-awaited Over the Hedge movie has finally happened. Now nobody will be able to bug me about it anymore. And now I'm kind of all my video ideas are all kind of just gonna be like whatever. They're dead gonna be spontaneous, and we're gonna see how this goes. I don't know how consistent I'm gonna be, but I'm gonna try my best. Um, Realistically, you might get two like once Thanksgiving break ends, probably get 2 videos a week, probably. Um, Maybe 3 if I'm feeling it. Um, but yeah, all right. That's all I have to talk about Over the Hedge. Go watch the movie, please. It's not on anything. Um, it might be on Netflix. I got you guys. It's on YouTube TV, it's on Amazon Prime, and it's on Apple TV. So if you have any of those, go watch it. And if you don't, who the fuck cares? Pirate the movie. Who the fuck cares? Pilot, pilot, pirate the damn movie, okay? Anyways, guys, thank you for watching this video. If you watched the whole entire video, comment down below cheeseburger. Shout out to my friend and Twitch streamer King Sire. Go follow his ass on Twitch, please. Go comment down cheeseburger. And if you don't fuck with Sire, comment down below hamburger. Yeah. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Comment down below what you think, what you thought about this video. About a fucking long ass video. 30, gonna be 38 minutes. I'm sorry, but if you truly want to hear me rant for 38 minutes about this, please watch the whole entire video. Well, if you're here, you probably did. So why the fuck did I say that? All right. Anyways, like, subscribe, comment down below. Cheeseburger if you fuck with Sire. Hamburger if you don't fuck with them. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. No, not tomorrow. Friday or Sunday. That's when the next video is gonna drop. Hashtag trust. Thank you guys.